Bitcoin crashed down to $75,000. Many altcoins are down 20 to 25%. It is not just isolated to crypto. Gold, silver, and traditional markets are also getting absolutely hammered. We saw silver have a 40% decline basically in a single day. We're at peak bear market vibes right now, even though Bitcoin is above $70,000. There's FUD everywhere. And when you see this level of fear, this level of negativity, sometimes that's a contrarian indicator that we are very close to the bottom. The key question is whether this is just a temporary setback or if something is fundamentally broken. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. We need to talk about what's just happened in the crypto market because this is absolutely ridiculous. Bitcoin crashed down to $75,000. Ethereum had a massive flush and billions of dollars have been wiped out from the market. But here's the thing, it is not just isolated to crypto. Gold, silver, and traditional markets are also getting absolutely hammered as well. So in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly what's been happening, why it happened, and what we might expect moving forward. Make sure you stick around to the end because I've got some key price levels and insights which you are definitely going to want to hear. Now, before we dive in, guys, of course, I am not a financial advisor. If you're watching this video, it is definitely not financial advice. And please, if you're in UK, USA, or UAE, do not watch or engage with my content. So let's start by looking at just how brutal the last 48 hours have been for crypto. Many altcoins are down 20 to 25%, and some of them are actually lower than they were when we dumped and had that massive drop on 10/10 back last year. For example, Bitcoin dropped to 75,000, Ethereum hit lows of $2,239, and Solana fell all the way down to $96. But here's what's really interesting. This isn't happening in isolation. We saw silver have a 40% decline basically in a single day. Think about that for a second. Silver topped out at $122, within 48 hours crashed all the way down to $73. That is absolutely ridiculous. Gold also dropped 16% as well. One analyst pointed out that the swing in precious metals was nearly $10 trillion over the course of just 24 hours. And get this, they called it a 10 sigma event. The likelihood of that happening naturally occurs once in every 5.25 septillion years. That's one followed by 24 zeros. Basically impossible to happen unless it's engineered. And that is the key word here. Engineered. What we're seeing is massive manipulation happening across all the markets right now. This wasn't just a normal market move. JP Morgan reportedly disclosed its silver shorts exactly at the bottom of the price crash. And from there, we saw a recovery. So when people ask, why is crypto going down? Well, it's not just crypto, it's everything. So what actually triggered this massive sell-off? Let me walk you through exactly what happened. There was an insider whale who had a huge long position on Ethereum and a few other cryptos. Yesterday, he started slowly closing these Ethereum positions. When the market saw this, they panicked and started dumping even harder. So he stopped closing those positions, but now he was in fact trapped. The market was going down, but the more he sold, the lower the prices would go. If he sold 10 million worth, you'd see hundreds of millions in selling pressure from bots and other whales who were literally hunting him. And that's exactly what happened. The whales managed to hunt him down. He got liquidated when Ethereum went down to $2,224. This whale lost hundreds of millions of dollars. But here's the crazy part. That exact liquidation price of 224, as of filming this, marked the absolute exact bottom, and we bounced from that point. Although the bounce wasn't large, we still saw a bounce. Over 2.58 billion worth of crypto got liquidated, the biggest liquidation event since October 10th last year, and we all know that was horrible. Speaking of October 10th, it's becoming increasingly clear that something major broke in the market on that day. Of course, everything else continued to go up, but Bitcoin and crypto just went into free fall mode. Quick shout out before we go any further, guys. Of course, if you are looking for an exchange to trade on, I am trading on Bybit, and the link for Bybit is down below. If you are a new user, you can get up to $30,000 worth of deposit bonuses. And of course, if you're in the UK, USA, or UAE, this does not apply for you. Do not click that link, and please do not watch my content. So if you want to trade, go ahead and trade over on Bybit. They're pretty much regulated in most countries and safe exchange, in my opinion, to trade on. I've been using them for years, and of course, always do your own financial advice and research from a professional authorized financial advisor. Now, let's get back to the analysis. There's been a ton of FUD targeting Binance over the past few days. People are claiming they're manipulating the prices and allegedly selling up to $1.5 billion worth of crypto per day. Some are even saying CZ is the main orchestrator of all this dumping. CZ came out basically and said, you can spread the FUD all you want, but it doesn't do much except hurt the industry. He explained that Binance doesn't really sell that much, to be honest, and his personal selling is just to cover whatever he's buying. And here's an interesting fact. They actually have a global regulator now, which means they're under certain scrutiny and rules. So if they wanted to manipulate the market like other people are claiming, they couldn't do it without people finding out. But here's where it starts to get interesting. The founder of OKX came out with a major post essentially blaming Binance for the massive crash on October 10th. Now, CZ responded saying it's just FUD and they're not to blame, but the OKX founder isn't someone who usually makes these kinds of accusations publicly. So the fact that he's doing this is pretty significant in my opinion. We're still trying to fully understand what actually happened on October 10th, but if you take a look at the chart, everything else continued to go up after that date, except Bitcoin and crypto, which went into absolute freefall. Something definitely broke that day. So where do we go from here? Let me share some key levels that traders are watching right now. For Bitcoin, there are a few critical support zones. On the weekly time frame, the 78,000 to 75,000 region is being watched as a potential bounce. If it doesn't hold, the next major area of interest is around $72,000. Some analysts are even looking at lower levels, potentially down to the $70,000 area, or even mid 60,000s on a monthly time frame perspective. Now, there's an interesting pattern developing that one analyst compared to what happened with Google and Nvidia. Both those stocks had similar dips before recovering. Could Bitcoin follow the similar path? It's possible, but we need to see how the market reacts to these key levels first of all. There's also a really interesting chart showing Bitcoin compared to gold. Over cycles, Bitcoin has historically bottomed at certain percentages against gold. 85% in the first cycle, 75% in the second cycle, and the theory is that this time we're looking at 65%. And guess what? We just hit exactly that level. So this could be signaling a potential bottom forming. For Ethereum, the big zone people are watching is 2,150. Interestingly, during the recent capitulation, we didn't quite hit that level. We bounced slightly before it, as I mentioned previously. That's actually a bit concerning because it means we may not have seen the full flush for Ethereum yet. That level has tons of confluence, horizontals, VWAPs, trend lines. So if we do revisit that area, it could be a major buying opportunity. Of course, Solana is right now in the $100 zone, which is a massive level of support, and this has been a key level for Solana right now. If that doesn't hold, the next major target is approximately $80. One thing though that we really have to pay attention to is the Fear and Greed Index. We're currently sitting right now at 14. Historically, this type of level is where you actually want to start considering taking on some risk. The market is absolutely terrified, and often that creates opportunities. Now, let's zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture here. Has anything fundamentally changed for Bitcoin? From a technology standpoint, of course, no. The tech is still solid, but the narrative around Bitcoin as a store of value and inflation hedge is being tested right now during these times. Here's the thing, if Bitcoin doesn't have a major rally toward the end of this year, and if the stock market doesn't crash while gold continues at decent prices, but Bitcoin keeps dropping, then we might have to accept that Bitcoin is more of a speculative trading asset rather than a hedge against inflation. But we are not there yet. Bitcoin still has time to prove itself, of course. One interesting point that has been raised though is that there was no rotation from Bitcoin to alts earlier, just like there's no rotation from metals to crypto now. This suggests that people are just selling everything and moving it to cash or very, very safe assets. When gold and silver drop, so does Bitcoin. No rotation just yet, just simply fear. But here's what history tells us. Every single time Bitcoin has dropped significantly and you bought during that fear, it would have eventually turned out to be a good decision. It might take weeks, months, or longer, but historically, buying during these crashes has in fact worked out. Whether it was March 2025 or June 2024, any of these major dips, if you would have bought Bitcoin during these extreme fear moments, you would have been rewarded eventually. Of course, this is not financial advice, And you can in fact lose all your money with crypto. That is very, very possible, but this is just what history is showing us. So what should you be watching this week? There are several key things which could impact where we go from here. First, keep an eye on how traditional markets open. The futures market and how stocks react on Monday will be absolutely crucial. As of filming this, the stock market is not open right now. However, as of posting this, it probably already is. Are we going to see a continued crash in the S&P 500, gold and silver? That will have direct impact on crypto. We saw massive moves in metals on Friday, some of the biggest swings in 50 years. So how Monday opens is going to be absolutely critical. Second, watch the USDT dominance chart. Right now, it's pushed into major resistance zone around 7.28%. If it rejects here, we may see a short-term bounce in the market, but if this thing breaks higher towards 6.55%, that could signal more danger ahead. USDT dominance is one of the best leading indicators in the market. Third, keep an eye on MicroStrategy. They're often a leading indicator for Bitcoin. Michael Saylor briefly went into the red on his positions, which is very, very significant. While there's no immediate danger of him selling, he has 2 years of dividends on the sidelines. If the price keeps dropping, it makes it harder for him to raise more money and could potentially add more pressure. So the key support for MicroStrategy stock is around $105 to $100. If that breaks, expect more pain with Bitcoin. One thing that has been said is that Michael Saylor probably should have saved some of that capital in selling instead of buying all the way up at $95,000 and $100,000. If he'd have waited, of course, he could have deployed that capital at much lower prices. However, hindsight is a wonderful thing. Also, don't forget to watch the news around the Fed chair nominee, Kevin Warsh. He's known to be a dollar bull and wants the DYX strength. If the dollar continues to strengthen, we can expect more pressure on crypto stocks and metals. The key level to watch the DYX is around 98.6. If it pumps into that region, we may see relief bounces across multiple different markets. So, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The situation right now is not amazing. We're seeing people lose millions of dollars in this crash. It's painful, it's stressful, it's not fun, but remember, nothing goes down forever. We're at peak bear market vibes right now, even though Bitcoin is above $70,000. There's FUD everywhere, Tron FUD, CZ drama, stories about miners finding it cheaper to do AI than mine Bitcoin. And when you see this level of fear, this level of negativity, sometimes that's a contrarian indicator that we are very close to the bottom. Could we go lower than we are right now? Absolutely. We could see $72,000. It's definitely possible. The key question is whether this is just a temporary setback in a longer term bull market or if something is fundamentally broken. Of course, I cannot give you that answer whatsoever. I don't know that answer, neither does anybody else, otherwise they would be extremely wealthy. If you did find this video helpful, guys, I really do appreciate it. Leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this if you want updates on the market and all other things as well. If you did want to go ahead and trade Bitcoin, definitely go down below and join Bybit. There's up to a $30,000 bonus which you can claim right now if you meet the deposit requirements. And again, if you're in the UK, USA or UAE, please do not watch or engage in my content. I really do appreciate that. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm simply documenting my journey online in crypto. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.